All cell, to maintain its existence, needs to divide. During the cell division, the chromatin condenses and becomes thick enough to form specialized structures called chromosomes. Usually, to see it properly, some sort of basic dyes like fuelgen or acetocarmine is used to stain the chromatin network and the chromosomes. The size and the number of chromosomes vary from species to species and genera to genera, but within a species it remains constant. Somewhere it can be as less as 2, where somewhere it can be as high as a staggering 1260. Wow, isn't it? A somatic cell or a normal body cell always contains two sets of chromosomes and hence are called diploid. Whereas during the formation of gametes, these get segregated into only half of the number in each gamete, hence they are called haploid. For this to happen, the cell undergoes meiotic division. This topic will be dealt with on the next chapter. Now already it has been told that chromosome is condensed form of chromatin, or we can say condensed form of DNA. DNA, the macromolecule responsible for maintaining character or feature of all living organisms. So how does it transform into chromosomes? The answer is packaging. There are positively charged proteins called histone around which the negatively charged DNA wraps itself. The resultant structure is called nucleosome. It contains 1 3 and a quarter times turns or coils of DNA, which is approximately 140 base pairs of nucleotide. But along with it, the linker DNA is around 200 base pairs. Histone is actually an octamer core around which the DNA wraps itself and another H1 histone subunit which binds outside. The H1 is called a linker histone as it is binding with the linker DNA but it has an affinity towards the adjacent H1. This affinity results in nucleosomes coming close to each other and forming a condensed thread called chromatin. These chromatin networks are captured by condensin 1 protein, which creates nested loops. Now, this condensin 1 protein, along with the loops, bind with condensin 2, forming scaffolding structures, which ultimately forms the chromosome. The structure of chromosome can thus be further categorized as chromatid or the distinct arm of the chromosomes, centromere or primary constriction where the chromatids remain attached, and this is the place where proteinaceous disc like kinetochores can be seen on either side, which spindle fibers attach with during the late metaphase. The secondary constriction are usually present near the end and it lacks kinetochore, but it is called nucleolar organizer region as it is necessary for the formation of nucleolus. Satellite or trabant is a short spherical structure present beyond the secondary constriction. Telomere is the end of the chromatid where ultimately the entire chromosome ends, and it is the region which binds with the nuclear envelope resulting in proper decondensation of the chromosome. Now, depending on the position of the centromere, chromosomes can be classified into metacentric, submetacentric, acrocentric, and telocentric. The shape of the chromosome changes because of it as the arm length makes its identification very prominent. Thanks.